Fuck. Skelu, are you there? Skelu. Fuck, Frankie is dead, and so is Lena. And I have about 2 more clips left out of the 100s we have brought here to kill them. Skelu. Where are you?
Sarge! There you are. I have been looking all over for you. I helped Skelu as much as I could with her arms and other injuries, but we have to go after those 2 kids. I do not know what they are really after, and I thought this plan of yours would work since we had the drop on one of them at least. Sarge, where is Frankie?
Lena, you're alive. Good, come with me, and let's kill them. Frankie is dead. And wait, Skelu is alright. Good, but she will have to make her way back to the station for now. I do not want to lose these people, and they have committed murder on our land. Lena, do you know where Pigfay is?
He is dead also, and his body was found a few days ago now. Someone not human killed him. He left huge scratch marks through his body, and etched a letter on his back that reads, "If you come after my children again, I will gut you with no power, but knowledge of hatred and bloodlust." Sarge, someone was looking out for them. That is why they killed 2 of us very easily. If we want them to die now, we have to go back to the station and find out some more things about them.
No. We will have to guard all docks that leave England. Tell all police officers to let no one leave until this madness is over. They have killed 3 people, and we do not know who else could be with them. So stay on your toes and move out. Calling all officers to all cemeteries, graves, morgues, and anywhere else dead bodies might be held. You are to either chuck them into the water or burn them immediately. Anyone has had family members die, pets, or anything that is dead, throw into the water, and or burn it without fail. And if you see anyone not at least helping in the efforts to bring down these criminals, you will be shot on sight with no remorse. I repeat, calling all police officers.
Well, I am going to help out with the people and make sure that they are throwing away all. Sarge, are you sure this is the right way? We do not even know where they are, let alone if they already have what they came for and they're making an escape right as we speak.
Since they want to rob our great nation of England of our deceased, they will have to die. I tried to give them a chance and have them surrender and kill them right then and there, but they chose to shoot 2 of our officers, and another one of their partners slaughtered Pigfay. I cannot let them escape with their lives, not anymore. On this great land, I shall kill those children and bring justice to all who have died, and laugh at who birthed them, feeling them weep and moan, and that their children are gunned down in the street like rabid dogs, and nothing more. Lena, go help the people. I will go on my own and find those 2.
Yes, Sarge, but Jesus H. Christ. He never seems to listen to what other people say, let alone what other people think. I think that badge has gotten to his head since he became a Sarge, but no matter, he is corrupted anyway, so if he dies by them I could care less. But I guess on to ruin more lives than saving them. He said kill all people that do not help in dumping the bodies. Seems like he has had this plan for some time, and now he can finally use it with no remorse for the people. Alright people, there has been a widespread manhunt for some sick bastards who have killed 3 police officers, and they need to be captured. On the other hand, they are also looking for dead bodies right as we speak. So we need all of you to push any dead bodies that you might have, funerals, dogs, cats, and or any other dead relatives into the harbor. Anybody who is here needs to help with a crisis, at least on this part. Anybody who I do not see doing their part will be killed on sight, so everyone move it. Now.
I hate doing this. Every time someone steals a dead body, we have to flush our loved ones and other people we are deeply connected to down the river like they are trash and nothing else.
I had to throw away my father and daughter into the ocean because of this, and now we are all doing this devilish thing all over again because they think that this is the quickest way to have them not get the bodies. And every fucking time this tactic poisons the water for all of us, and then we have to wait for weeks or even months because of this. I hope whoever those two people are can kill Sergeant Nigma so that we don't have to keep doing this. I did not say you could talk like you're at a fucking party. Get to work, this is your first and last warning. Plus you have 4 more bodies to throw over the river. If you choffers want to talk, do it after you finish your job.
All this just seems too morbid, you know. The government telling us to dig up all dead animals and other things just to throw them into the river, then have us pay to get it cleaned and blame us for doing it. Sickening. Hey, help me with this one right here.
The bag ripped open and, oh my god. It is Mr. Sugarbin from class. He was our history teacher and I guess died randomly from... Well, they did say cancer, but he looks perfectly fine. Besides the fact that he is a dead body, I wish I could go back to those days, just sitting in class, relaxing and having the local cricket game on while eating lunch, void of all problems like this and many others.
Mr. Sugarbin always gave us more homework than we needed. Now help me with this, please. I do not want to die because I am just standing here and not doing the work they told us to do. I feel bad for all these people who up and died here, but if we do not start moving right now, we will be the next ones getting thrown into this river.
Fine, if you want to be a sheep and conform to what the government says just because we cannot leave right now, then by all means do that. But I have had enough of this bullshit, losing family members, friends, and all other things just because some psychos want some dead bodies. I am not going to stand by and... Did I not tell you too to drown those bodies? Every time people do not want to listen, and then cry that their family and friends will never be seen again. She was a Christian, right? Well, I just made a family reunion that much faster. Now you, sir, if you do not want the same fate as she got, I suggest you start moving those bodies and shut your fucking mouth. Understand? And there will be another person working with you to help you finish off these tasks. I will tell you once and once only, Jika June. Escape from England and live your life. I personally know that you have done nothing wrong to these people while they were alive or dead, but I have to keep the act up to fool the Sarge. But Bunko will be over here in a minute, and those people have left a boat for you to get away with. It may or may not have gas, but I know how you do things. You can find a way to get away from this place. Now move it before I have the other people beat you with the remains of the still living people who got their limbs burned off from that fire. Got it?
Yes, right away. It is good to know that corruption lives only when someone is not looking. Bunko, help me with the rest of these bodies, if you could.
Yeah. I will be over there in just a second. Cheeky fucker. Getting all the attention from the guards, 'cause he fought with them for a little while, and then went back to being a citizen. I'd like to give him my mind a time or two, but if I talk any more as buddies, will put me up like free fish in a luxury shop. Look, Jika, we're only doing this because the town is sick and fucked up to no man's land. We just dump the bodies and pretend we never saw each other.
Thoughts of the mind. Time after time after time, they have us haul and dump away bodies to keep the city safe. They always say that it is someone else's fault that we have to drink murky water, or shit in places where it would be either impossible to clean because people have poor diets, or because they think it is a quicker way to empty their weak bodies with no disregard for the grounds they walk on. Falling through their clothes right onto the street because you always have to pay for something, and even then the shopkeepers won't let you use their bathrooms. Children run around infected with flies zooming here and there on their little heads. Dead ones are the least of our worries, but...
Jika, hey Jika. Look alive, we got more bodies to haul through here. Stop fucking daydreaming and help me with this. I swear to God, if your head was not fixed to your body, it would have stood up and grown wings and flown away from all the bullshit you put in that head of yours.
I'm leaving this god-forsaken place. Thank Christ my family at least had a good background, not rich but just good enough to not steal and whip switchblades at each other like wild animals. But I have another mark to make somewhere else. I cannot do this anymore. Bunko, look out for me when I make a break for it, okay? Just do that for me at least.
Jesus again? Yeah, go live your dreams, while. Well, I will meet you in the future one way or another, but I just gotta get things moving again. So until I see you next, and wherever you are.
Thank you.
Wherever you end up, Jika, I will be right there with you. Slum buddies forever.
Bunko, where the hell did Jika June go? I thought he was here. Well, finish hauling that body into the river and go home for the day. I know only a little bit about how you and Jika became friends in the town that you lived in. But either way, you fully know that he would never leave without saying a poem or something of that matter. They don't sound like it, but whatever. You over there, help with the new bodies down the way, and do not give me any more lip. We all can smell like shit and complain, or we can smell like shit and go home for the day.
I see you're back here working the dead shifts, Bunko. I thought you would be down at the pub singing Sadness.
I have been to the pub lately, but I have seen some old friends there for a while now, since they came back from Germany. But Vic-Nun, what are you doing back here? I thought you were done with your quota today.
Well, when we are finished with work, they let us just roam around and, I guess, do things. Nothing is really open for a couple of months, so we are like pigeons most of the time, pecking at anything interesting. Robbing happens more because people are out of their houses, bored out of their minds. But I do hear that the theaters show private movies. Some people put on shows through the parks and streets. Some sing their hearts out, even off the highest of deadly beverages, wobbling here and there, slamming their heads on any wall to relax for a few, until the constables have them hauled off. But I say it is better than being asleep, waiting for this nightmare to end.
To a love is gone. My son is a humble bum. Stunning hairs from my backhand. There goes the wakeless man for another strand. It always amazes me that he can come up with this stuff, but he never likes to show the town his talents. I would not either, but to each their own.
We have finally made it to Corriton. It is a shame that we will have to leave soon and that I cannot come back here, not because of the things that we did, but because I would like to study more on the human mind, how they come to find such tantalizing neurology that comes into play when we do this. Plus, Dr. Sulnoki did not say that we can't at least look at the insides within the brain of Alan after gathering his body. I would just like to sit here for a little while longer and watch Big Ben clack and clank until. Does it ring in the afternoon or in the morning?
I think it chimes every hour on the hour. I have been here before and have heard the sound of a large bell going off, but... Oh, pause a look at the ducks, they look like green-winged teals. I think that one is a male because you can see it has that weird green feather. It is nice to relax and have something to think about later when we get back to Ogallala, Nebraska in a couple of days. Finally, I can go back home and have a nice rest, a cool scotch, and just pig out and watch TV. Halsey, what are you going to do when you get back?
I can finally let the rats out and let them roam free again in the wild outside of my backyard. They have been babies when I left and I have kept them as pets. But I think I will go back to my old grounds and just play a little bit of baseball with the guys, nothing much. Coming out here day by day, besides the missions that we are sent on, it is a very surreal feeling. Looking at all the people walking to their daily hobbies, looking through windows and imagining what it would be like to knit, go bowling, eating the nice succulent foods they have here, just breathing in the air is nice, or just looking out the window on a cold day, ready for anything to cast your gaze upon.
Yeah, I like to try the food here and there, relaxing while they have live music like jazz playing while you're sipping tea, eating a bagel, and watching someone spaz out because they are having life problems. Remember a year ago we met that guy and he went nuts on some people, ranting and raving about Christ, and the end days are coming, running through the streets completely naked and hard as ever. I wish they would have a place to put those types of people, though they I finally found you two hell spawns. You think that you can just stand here gazing at the moonlight after? Cough cough, first things first. I wish that you would have at least shot Sergeant Nigmer in the head so I do not have to listen to him anymore. Still, you shot 3 fucking people. What were you thinking? We thought that you would either die, or realize that we shot 2 of you and not follow us anymore. Plus everything that we needed to do here in England is done and over with. Well, you killed at least 2 cops, and there was a note on one of their backs saying that if you go after my children again, whoever that person was will have to basically kill the other 2 officers. But here's what I am going to do. I will leave you off with a deadly warning if you give me some money. And you tell me what you are really doing here. $5,000 should be enough. 30-minute convo should do it. And do not leave out any details. It was not hard coming here to find you, and it will not be hard to locate you 2 psychos again. Now tell me what I want to know, or else.
So we slaughtered 2 cops, and you think that you can get information out of us? You must be really dumb to come here, not alone but without a sound plan in mind. Now we will do none of those things, but we will give you a parting gift.
Yes, you will, or else. You two will be dragged to prison for life, and I do not think you two will do well in our prison systems. And if you refuse my offer, I will make sure that you are in a living hell for the rest of the time that you are locked up, until you wither away or commit suicide. Either way, you are not. Hey, what are you reaching for? Give me the thing that is in your pocket now. I will need it for evidence for.
Nice, you shot her in the neck so she cannot speak. Sigh. Now we will have to leave you here to rot. Or Sasabek help me with her gun, and I will drag her body into the river here. That stupid bitch really thought that we would just hand over all of our information and then just leave. She wanted to be bribed and fed the case because she could not do her job right. Or she was just lazy and so happened to find the 2 of us sitting here. But now that is 3 cops that have died to our broken crew. I am assuming Salam did that to the other police officer. Good riddance. But we should be off to our other boat now. The sun is starting to come up. I guess we got lost in thought and forgot when we were leaving.
I hope she gurgles on her fucking blood when she is down there in that. Palzuit is a ocean, not a river. To think that a cop can be that corrupt. But if I kept saying that, then the whole world would be corrupt.
Plus, she does not know what we have been through from coming to our jobs. Not really homeless, begging for food or money, but a job so we do not need to do illegal things by choice for money. I am sick of people saying that this line of work is morbid. We do everything to everyone all the time. But how we do those things will make us be shunned and ridiculed because they do not know how much time we put into this. We should move to the boat. My mind is all anger and nothing else. We did not want these jobs for the sport, rather that we needed jobs and they gave us a place to stay. Among other things we cannot mention to the masses. Finally, we have made it to the boat with minor mess-ups, and we got the body here. Besides crusted blood everywhere, water flooding through the three of us. Worms and maggots running through Alan's body. But now, what do we do now after we drop the body off and perform the ritual and ask him our questions?
Well, I am going back to Nebraska after all of this is over and done with, lifting my feet up on my soft wooden table, eating my cold snacks, and just relax until the sun goes down. It feels like we have been on this mission for a lifetime, but it is finally over. But 3 cops are dead. Sergeant Nigmer is pissed, I am assuming, and we get to meet Jika June when we get back to the lab to see what things we need for storing the body.
It is kind of weird once you realize who works at, and who is a patient at Nookville Labs, running through those buildings with white lab coats on, dashing your humane ways away as you cut open people who are still breathing, turning them into monsters of unexplainable horrors. I like that Salam has helped us with our task and everything, but you do realize that Salam wanted to be there to get experimented on, day in and day out until he looked like... Well, how he looks now. He is not even a human anymore, let alone does he have his own thoughts. All the things he seems to do is gnawing away at the last human memories that he has. Now I know that I cannot say anything about the other test subjects while we are in the lab with Dr. Sulnoki. But I have had too much on my mind as of now, but one thing that has always swirled through my mind like a hurricane. The founder of Nookville Labs, Shadowblade, he has always had a crooked smile on him since the day we have all met him, and it irks and terrifies me that he would create a sick and hellish place like that. Other people fully live there because they want to be right next to the action. Or be the action. And his daughter Jaiga, she is no better than him. She has her own shop of guests rummaging around looking for their broken promises and deadly deals. They run it like an insane asylum, but nobody really comes to Nookville Labs because they have any medical problems at the end of the day.
It is not that I do not like those two, it is just so dark what they do there. And in my thoughts I would like to twist back the clock and see what that lab was when it first started, where was it held, what things did they get away with in that period of time, and how in the fuck did he get people to come there and basically die willingly?
I remember vaguely that he sent out flyers and billboards on the internet for people to come to his house, that they would willingly know what they were doing, and if they so happened to die, he would just pull out those big stacks of paper and shoo off police, telling them that it was signed by a judge so they knew what they were signing up for. His neighbors said that they heard loud cracking and weird screaming followed by clicks and shattering sounds. I feel like we can only talk like this because we are out of the lab. But it is just so creepy how many bodies they said they found when they finally checked his house. 2,000 arms, legs, torsos, mutilated and slashed bodies littered the basement floor. Maggots and other ungodly creatures ran back and forth. Even a simple beetle wanted to escape from that place. But then it said he just up and vanished and no one had seen him since that raid on his house.
What is the point of Nookville Labs? No one is running around talking about God has forsaken them, no mouthfuls of pills or white padded rooms. We can leave and enter any time we want to, and even live there if we like the idea. There was always an option of clothing, wearing nothing or wearing certain types of clothing. Massive mounds of shit painted the walls of some of the more darker rooms. Piss littered the floors that no one cleans except Mr. Wagaloo, I guess. Jayaga welcomes all people who came there willingly and or who has been drugged and brought, knocked unconscious and brung here, kidnapped like children off of a playground with no one to stop them. Then there is the forest with Jukul. Every fucking time I go into that forest, my head begins to split wide open until I am walking zombie-like through the trees, listening to the voices get louder and louder, until I am brought back to my room, piss-soaked, screaming for an answer that I can never find, fighting the doctors to take me back into the forest. To look for a couple more seconds, deep gashes and wounds would surround my body, and it is just
Well, I am going to cut some things from here, and then I will go to bed. I do not know. But since we are coming closer to that, the voices are here again. Goodbye, Sasabek. I will see you later. Jimmy has something to show me in the other room. I want to see the forest again so I can make my choices on my own again.
When I close my eyes, all I see is blood and my hands moving through it like whipping waves. My stomach is cut open when I see another path to go down. Maybe that one is the answer to why I came to this lab in the first place.